Welcome back. Now that we have defined DDT, OEDR, ODD, and fallback, we can finally understand the SAE levels of automation. Specifically, in order to assign a level of automation, we will need to ask ourselves, who is performing lateral longitudinal control, the machine or the vehicle? Is the feature capable to make tactical decisions, OEDR? What or who is the fallback? And finally, what is the ODD of the feature we are considering? This is a matrix from SAE defining the levels of automation. The levels of automation are the rows, and on the columns, we have the answers to the questions I mentioned before regarding DDT, OEDR, fallback, and ODD. Now, level 0 is simple. It is most likely what you're driving today. No automation feature. The driver is responsible for the DDT, the OEDR, and is the fallback in case of failure. It does not make sense to define an ODD. Let's move to level 1. Here, the driver is still doing pretty much everything, but the machine is taking responsibility for either the lateral control or the longitudinal control within the DDT. We can now define a specific and limited ODD, the one of the feature we are considering. Now, because ACC automates longitudinal control, ACC enables L1 automation. When we move to L2, also called partial automation, the machine is responsible for both lateral and longitudinal control. So if ACC would be active together with another feature able to control steering and keep the vehicle within the lane, we would reach level 2 automation. In level 3, the machine is able to perform the whole DDT, including monitoring the surrounding within the OEDR. Remarkably, the fallback is still the driver. In other words, at any time, the driver may be required to take over the driving task, and if the driver is not able to take over within an unspecified but short time, let's say around 10 seconds, then the machine is not able to reach the minimal risk condition alone. When we reach level 4, automation has taken over. And within a specific operational design domain, you can trust your car to handle any situation. In level 5, any restriction that still exists in level 4 about the ODD is gone. The vehicle can handle anything in any situation. Okay, why don't you pause this video now, reflect on the automation levels, and use this diagram to see whether you can verify that ACC provides level 1 automation. You can of course come back to this slide anytime you want to determine which level of automation to assign to a specific feature. The SAE levels of automation are 6. Level 0 is actually manual driving. Level 5 is an ideal level, which differs from level 4 only in the extent of the ODD. Level 1 and 2 are easy and are already delivered by current active safety systems. According to this diagram, level 3 is the next step in the development of automated driving. However, before L3 can be exploited, we need to verify that it is fair to rely on the drivers being the fallback. Reaching L4 without having to pass through L3 would be ideal in this respect. However, L4 would require much better technology than L3, because in L4 the machine will need not only to detect all possible failures and safety critical situations, but also to guarantee handling the situation or at least reaching a minimal risk condition in all cases. Now we can go back to our first examples and appreciate how, in very controlled and constrained environments, ODD and OEDR are much easier to handle for the machines compared to real-world traffic. Also, fallbacks may become easy because stopping the vehicle although uncomfortable for the passengers, may be sufficient to reach a minimal risk condition at any time. Interestingly, in all these examples, we'll never expose any driver to the challenges of L3 automation. So, to recap, in this lecture, we have listed some of the most important benefits from automated driving. Then we talked about the SAE taxonomy and defined some key concepts. We used this key concept to understand how to assign automation levels according to SAE, and discovered that current active safety systems provide level 1 and level 2 automation. Finally, we discussed some of the challenges associated with stepping up to L3 or try to jump directly to L4. This concludes my lecture on the SAE levels of automated driving. You may now take a look at the references and at the self-assessment. I hope to talk with you soon in another lecture related to my research at Chalmers.